Samarkand has never experienced such a rapid change, and I mean a physical, structural, and infrastructural rapid change. Right now you can see one of the newly built schools. This one is not an ordinary school, it's a presidential school, which was meant to teach one of the most prospective students in the city of Samarkand. And that, I believe, is a medical center for those who have problems with child prolificity, whatever. I never understood what that place meant for, and honestly, I don't even want to know. It's not none of my business. So yes, I really love the place and the way they organize everything down here. This place is actually really huge. I mean, it's not like an airport or something. It's like, well, there used to be a Soviet building, not a building, a factory that produced ammos and bullets for military purposes. But it was decommissioned and then was deconstruction. It's been removed entirely, and on its place this school has been built. On this side of the Emir Timur Street, in the street which actually used to be called Frunze, back in the Soviet days, you can see residential buildings. It'll probably have 8 or 9 floors, or maybe 7 floors, and as you can see, these two large buildings, I believe that's another residential building, and that building right next to it is going to be I think what was the word for that? A mall, a type of a mall. This entire area used to be part of that factory I told you about, the Soviet factory, and it was also decommissioned. It was also completely removed, and now they're building some kind of a city. I think they call it Samarkand City. I think Samarkand City. You can see the names of structures they're planning to build. Okay, let me see. They're planning to build a hypermarket, like I said, a supermarket or a hypermarket, or a trade center. I don't know. And they're also going to build a hotel. So that's a good thing. I'm going to work in the hospitality and tourism industry. So it's a good sign. It's a good thing. And we got residential buildings right there. We got a garden, a large garden, a green area, which is a good thing again, because you wouldn't see much of this green life here in Samarkand. The trees have been slowly cut it down, and it's a bad thing. What else do we have? We got a couple of residential buildings to the right and to the left, and they've got a townhouse. Okay, so townhouse. If you ask me what townhouse is, I honestly don't really have any idea what townhouse means, but from my recent experience, I can tell you that townhouse is the same residential building, except it's not a multi-store building. It's just a private building that has maybe 2 or 3 floors and has a specific style, architectural style. One of the examples of these townhouses in Samarkand would be that couple of townhouses they built in the next to the Alexander Hotel, which is located on the Ibn Sina Street, I think, right next to the Dynamo Stadium. So yeah, that's it. That's what townhouse is, apparently. Uh, and they didn't just call it a townhouse, they called it an American townhouse. And honestly, I'm not sure. But if you ask me what an American townhouse is, it's a house that is probably mostly made of wood, right? And the townhouses they build, it doesn't have any wood in it. It consists of bricks and stuff. It's not. I'm not sure why would they call it an American townhouse. Of course, it does have a specific architectural style, which is not bad. It's really interesting. We got these really sleek roofs, and what else? These very thin windows. But again, it doesn't remind me of any American townhouse or any American house. Because I've seen the images, but whatever. I don't know. Maybe the guys in the building company got too excited, too imaginative, and decided to build something based on their own interests. But then they decided to call it to add that adjective American to, I don't know, attract the clients. It's probably a marketing strategy, probably. Yeah. By the way, that's one of that's my school. Yeah, I used to study here. School number 12. It had it also underwent a massive reconstruction. Yeah, and I actually like the way it looks now. That's a bus station, and not just an ordinary bus station. It's a really old one. Yeah. The city is changing rapidly. Monthly, I'd say, not yearly, monthly. Every month something new gets built. And this is a kindergarten. Yeah. It used to be actually a governmental kindergarten, but then I think it was privatized. Now it belongs to some businessman, I think. Yeah. You can see one of those 9-floor condominiums right there. Right there. Yeah. It reminds me of Chinatown, honestly. Not a Chinatown, but like the buildings really remind me of some kind of a really pressed, really crowded, not crowded, but like really thin, really, what was the word for that? Jammed, yeah, right, really jammed condominiums. Like there isn't much space between these buildings. It's like they're facing the same issue like in China and like in other countries where the space there was a huge lack of space, and like the buildings had to be built very closely to each other, almost leaving no space for any other structures and projects like green zone areas. Yeah, it's sad, but that's what they decided to do. They're preserving the land area, and instead of building those, making and working on those green areas, they're just building those houses and making a great income from that. Because the more houses, the more house space you got there, the more income you'll get selling these residential areas, like dwelling areas. Dwelling spaces, right? Well, and look at that! I haven't seen that building. It's a new one, honestly. It's probably going to be some kind of a restaurant, I think, from the look of it. Yeah. Let's take a closer look. Yeah. There used to be a music magazine, not a magazine, but like a market, a music market that sold. They used to sell musical instruments and anything that a musician would need. Well, it's a little sad that they've destroyed the pavement. But that's what happens when those giant machines and giant building machinery comes here. It's like really heavy. You can see it. And you've got those legs. I'm not sure what to call them, but these legs. They put these legs down on the ground, and all this heavy stuff, and all this heavy luggage, not luggage, heavy constructional materials like concrete blocks, everything that this machine lifts and carries, it's all going down into those legs. All the pressure is focused on those legs, and there is just no way that the pavement is going to stand that weight. It's going to break. It's going to break. Yeah. I'm not sure. It's a restaurant apparently. Yeah, a restaurant. Not a really big one. It got 3 floors. And I've also got these nightclubs. Well, and I'll tell you honestly, I've never been a nightclub. It's like a taboo thing for me. And honestly, I've never been interested in visiting a nightclub. Why would I visit a nightclub? Just like a place where you can socialize with people, but like also get infected by, like, because the COVID-19 pandemic. So yeah, I usually refrain from visiting any social places, and right now I've got a mask on my face. So yeah, keeping it safe. Yeah, I got girls here. Well, that's pretty much it, folks. This, I believe, is a junction, a crossroad. We got this street. What was the name? The Merchant Street and the Gagarin Street. Yeah, I think the name of the Gagarin Street got preserved from the Soviet era. So yeah, it's called Gagarin Street nowadays. Thus, yes. That's pretty much it. And that's the Karmic restaurant, one of the popular restaurants here. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this guide, this little tour. Hoping to make more footage for you guys. Bye.